Guys coming, I just finished practice number 4, first day of full pads. Had a spirited practice like we would expect in the first day of full pads, and through 4 days, I really like the energy and the focus that our players come to practice with. They're practicing with the purpose. We're further ahead defensively than we are in the other 2 phases of the game, spring practice. We don't do a whole lot of special teams scheme work. It's more fundamental stuff. But defensively, we've got a lot of players back, and there's more consistency with the scheme, on defense. So obviously, we're ahead, and I like the direction that unit is going. We're getting better at a lot of things on offense. Every day we go, we're getting better at something little that makes a big difference in our success. But like where the team's at, we got competition Saturday coming up this Saturday. It'll be our first opportunity to really scrimmage. We have some competitive drills for winner-loser day this Saturday, so we're excited about that. As we continue to progress through spring ball, excited about Student Appreciation Day and getting students here in the bubble and fans to come see our team. And obviously, you guys know about the big announcement with Big and Rich and Spring Fever and the spring game coming up on the 22nd. So with that, I'll go ahead and just open up the questions and I guess fire away.
Chris, you guys added Razohnn Gross on Tuesday. What went into that decision? It's obviously his second stint with the football team.
Yeah, I've known about him since we got here, and know about the past and the situation that came up with a group of individuals. But through our homework and our research, he came back honestly and wanted another opportunity, and because of what he's been able to do here in school and with the wrestling team, and through my conversations with Scott, he's done a great job, and we want to give him an opportunity to come out and see what we can do. It's spring ball right now is a tryout for him to see how he fits in with our team and our locker room and fits into what we're doing offensively. But great kid. I love the kid from what I know of him during our time here, and the little bit that he's been over here, and excited to see what he can do here this spring.
Chris, regarding the running back position, is your preference to have a bell cow, like a go-to guy? And I guess where does Gus Edwards fit in once he arrives?
I can't make any comments about what Gus is going to do when he gets here because he's not here. And I hate to give predictions and say things about someone that it's never been on campus and we haven't really seen do anything other than the film from Miami. But running back wise, it's really running back by committee. When you play in a league like the Big Ten, you got to have more than one back. If you've got one star, that's great, and then you feature the guy. But you've got to have multiple running backs so you can make it through not only a game but the season. And hopefully that's what we're trying to build is depth at our running back position. And I like the way those guys are practicing right now. I mean, I think through the first 4 days of spring practice, they're really practicing harder and with more focus, and their execution at running back is a lot higher than it was at any point last year.
Chris, how are the Mitchell brothers adjusting, coming along? What are you seeing from them so far in practice?
I think they're doing a great job. But just to talk about Amir first, because he's been here longer. He was here all fall. It was a tough fall for Amir because he was sitting out, couldn't practice. He was on the scout team. Just true freshman stuff that you'd go through with him at practice. But he's really matured. He's really bought in. The thing I love about Amir right now is his competitive spirit. When you look at guys that are competing every single day, I don't know if we have a player out there that's competing more than Amir every single day. And really proud of him and the progress that he's made and the maturity that he's shown in the time that he's been here. And he's coming to work every day. Doo-Wop is just at a different level. I mean, the guy's a grad transfer. He's been through 4 years of football in the SEC. He knows what it takes to go out and take care of his body. He show up to practice, take great notes in meetings, and he's doing a great job providing leadership for that wide receiver group.
Building off Sam's question, whether it's those guys or DeCoven Bailey or whoever, do you sense your wide receivers maybe have an idea that this is a big time, that there's a big opportunity at wide receiver with all the guys that left after last year?
I hope they do, because we need some people to step up. I think the wide receiver group will look a lot different in the fall when we have Janarian back and we have some of the incoming freshmen that come into play. There'll be more guys out there that will, again, provide competition in that unit. But this spring is critical for the wide receiver group because we do have to have some guys step up. They've got to provide leadership. They've got to provide playmaking ability. They've got to learn the offense because you talk about the Mitchell brothers, it's a completely new system for them, and they're learning every single day they show up. But it is a critical time this spring to develop the depth of our unit. But I am excited about what it'll look like in the fall when we get all the pieces there.
Chris, just to follow up what you said about Saturday, how critical, along with the spring game, how critical a day will Saturday be when you step back and evaluate spring when it's over?
Anytime we show up to practice, it's important, but when we show up to scrimmage like we will on Saturday, that's even that much more important. Today was really our first time we worked first down, second down, and third down. And we did a little move the ball at the end where we were, going through substitution changes and needing to know and have awareness of the third down situation. We had some issues with that, but Saturday it's got to get cleaner, and that's a big part about Saturday. So far we've been doing thud practices, and it's going to be our first time to really go live. So we want to see how the players respond in those situations. Saturday is going to be huge. Every Saturday is important when we scrimmage, even more so than the spring game, because the spring game we usually limit what we do, and certain things we do on these competition Saturdays that we don't do in the spring game. So I'm looking forward to Saturday. I'm really pleased with the progress that we made through 4 practices, but Saturday will be a big, real challenge for our players, be a big evaluation tool for us to see where we're at.
Coach, how have Miles and Nakia looked through the first 4 practices?
No, they're getting better. Nakia obviously is further ahead than Miles because he's been playing tight end longer. Nakia's done a great job of developing himself here this offseason. He's bigger, he's stronger. He's practicing at a high level. He's demonstrating really good hands in the throw game. He's made some tremendous catches out there. I think offensively we're featuring at tight ends more, so those guys are feel like they're more of the part of the offense, which obviously excites them when they show up every day. But I'm happy with what Miles has done with the switch over. He was selfless when he made that switch to help the football team, and it's really helping him because it gives him an opportunity to get a lot of reps, show what he can do, and help the football team in a different role.
We're 6.5 minutes in, so now I'll ask about Gio.
Yep.
How's he through the first 4 practices?
No comment. Gio's progressing. It's no secret that you guys know this, and I've told you this. For us to improve as a football team, we have to improve the quarterback position. It has to improve in all areas. It has to improve from leadership, it has to improve from decision-making, ball security, and just flat-out production. I think Gio has really connected with Coach Kill, and I think they've got a great relationship. I think he's obviously ahead of the curve a little bit because he got a lot of playing time at the end of the last season. I think what Gio is demonstrating right now through 4 practices is the decision-making has improved. He's not putting the ball in harm's way. He knows when to pull it down. He's got 2 hands on the ball. Good ball security, where he wouldn't necessarily have had that because last year he was kind of a wild horse out there just running around trying to make plays, which he's still trying to do, but he's trying to do it a more intelligent and safer way.
Take 2 more questions. Coach, what can you say about those guys right now filling in the strong side linebacker spot with Tyreek out?
Brandon Russell's at Sam, and we're playing quite a bit of nickel right now with Ross Douglas. But they're competing. They're working hard to get better. They know what they're doing. They're making plays out there, and it's like anything else when you get to the season. We'll find out who will be our starting Sam linebacker, but if someone gets hurt, someone's got to step in and play, and these guys are showing that they're trying to be the next man in.
Do you encourage your recruits, the guys who have signed, to take in spring practice? And I guess, since everyone wants to talk about quarterback, Jonathan Lewis, how much does he show up? Do you encourage him to kind of just be involved as much as possible during the spring?
The guys that we signed, we want them to be very involved, within the NCAA rules, which is, they can show up and watch practice. They can't be in meetings, but they show up, they watch practice. They get a chance, to watch film on their own on their iPads or computers, whatever they got at home. So we want them to be very involved, especially the ones that want an opportunity to play early. They better be learning now. And I think we signed a very mature group of individuals that I think are going to add competition and depth to the football team, and they all want an opportunity to play early. They know that they need to be around to learn. On Saturdays especially, we have a lot of them here. We got a lot. We signed 23 players from the tri-state area, 17 here from New Jersey, I believe the number was, and we get a lot of them here on Saturdays to watch us practice, watch individual drills, listen to the coaching points that the coaches make, and I think that's important for player development, especially for newcomers, to try to get ahead of the curve a little bit, so when they do get here, it might be an easier transition. So I commend those guys because they've done a great job of that so far.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.